वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्।
अथ द्वादशोऽध्यायः। एवं सततयुक्ता ये भक्ताः स्वां पर्युपासते ये चाप्यक्षरमव्यक्तं तेषां के योगवित्तमाः। मय्यावेश्य मनो ये मां नित्ययुक्ता उपासते श्रद्धया पर्युपेतास्ते मे युक्ततमा मताः। ये त्वक्षरमनिर्देश्यमव्यक्तं पर्युपासते सर्वत्र गमचिन्त्यं च कूटस्थमचलं ध्रुवम्। सन्नियम्येन्द्रियग्रामं सर्वत्र समबुद्धया ते प्राप्नुवन्ति मामेव सर्वभूतहिते रताः। क्लेशोऽधिकतरस्तेषामव्यक्तासक्तचेतसाम् अव्यक्ता हि गतिर्दुःखं देहवद्भिर्वाप्यते। ये तु सर्वाणि कर्माणि मयि सन्न्यस्य मत्परा अनन्येनैव योगेन मां ध्यायन्त उपासते तेषामहं समुद्धरता मृत्युसंसारसागरात् भवामि न चिरात् पार्थ मय्यावेशितचेतसाम्। मय्येव मन आधत्स्व मयि बुद्धिं निवेशय निवसिष्यसि मय्येव अत ऊर्ध्वं न संशयः। अथ चित्तं समाधातुं न शक्नोषि मयि स्थिरम् अभ्यासयोगेन ततो मामिच्छाप्तुं धनञ्जय। अभ्यासेऽप्यसमर्थोऽसि मत्कर्म परमो भव मदर्थमपि कर्माणि कुर्वन् सिद्धिमवाप्स्यसि। अथैतदप्यशक्तोऽसि कर्तुं मद्योगमाश्रितः सर्वकर्मफलत्यागं ततः कुरु यतात्मवान्। श्रेयो हि ज्ञानमभ्यासात् ज्ञानात् ध्यानं विशिष्यते ज्ञानात् कर्मफलत्यागात् शान्तिरनन्तरम्। अद्वेष्टा सर्वभूतानां मैत्रः करुण एव च निर्ममो निरहङ्कारः समदुःखसुखक्षमी। सन्तुष्टः सततं योगी यतात्मा दृढनिश्चयः मय्यर्पितमनो बुद्धिर्यो मद्भक्तः स मे प्रियः। यस्मान्नो द्विजते लोको लोकान्नो च यः हर्षामर्षभयोद्वेगैर्मुक्तो यः स च मे प्रियः। अनपेक्षः शुचिर्दक्ष उदासीनो गतव्यथः सर्वारम्भपरित्यागी यो मद्भक्तः स मे प्रियः। यो न हृष्यति न द्वेष्टि न शोचति न काङ्क्षति शुभाशुभपरित्यागी भक्तिमान् यः स मे प्रियः। समः शत्रौ च मित्रे च तथा मानापमानयोः शीतोष्णसुखदुःखेषु समः सङ्गविवर्जितः। तुल्यनिन्दास्तुतिर्मौनी सन्तुष्टो येन केनचित् अनिकेतः स्थिरमतिर्भक्तिमान् मे प्रियो नरः। ये तु धर्म्यामृतमिदं यथोक्तं पर्युपासते श्रद्दधाना मत्परमा भक्तास्तेतीव मे प्रियाः। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। उपस्थित भगवत
भक्तों के रूप में मेरी अपनी ही आत्माओं। श्रीमद् भगवद गीता भगवान के मुखारबिंद से निकली हुई अमर वाणी है, और जो भी जीव श्रद्धा सहित इस अमर वाणी को धारण करता है, वो जीवत्व को छोड़कर ईश्वरत्व की प्राप्ति करता है, इसमें कोई संशय नहीं है। ये जीवात्मा चाहे जिस देश में रहे और चाहे जिस भेष में रहे, गीता सबका सब काल में समान रूप से कल्याण करने वाला एक अनुपम एवं अलौकिक ग्रंथ है।
Brahmanandam Para You can now gently and slowly open your eyes and know that you are a unique and beautiful spiritual being of pure consciousness, and all you have to do is to shine brightly, and you will be helping the world and the universe. Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Gurudev Maharaj. Stay blessed.
वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्. Today is the first anniversary of the passing of Swami Geeta Kiranji's dad, and in honor of that, I would like to propose that we observe a very short period of silence in prayer for the dearly departed soul before we continue our program. Sarvadharman parityagya mamekam sharanam raja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma sucha. May he rest at the lotus feet of Bhagavan Shri Krishna and Gurudev. Having said that, I would now like to call upon Guru Bhai Joshi ji to please take it from here. Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna, everyone. Welcome to this Thursday satsang program. Today is Friday in Thailand, and Swami Gita Kiranji's father, Sri Kave, passed away at the age of 99. And she is very busy this morning preparing for their ceremony and charity program in Bangkok. So thank you, Peterji, for letting us meditate for a few seconds for the peace of Father Kavi. This said, I want to wish all of you a very happy Mahashivratri, going to be observed all over the world, mostly tomorrow. Some people are doing it today. And with that said, I want to request our very, very dear friend, the Narendra Kapoorji, to please take it from here and give us divine energy.
जय श्री कृष्ण जय श्री राम भगवान उनकी आत्मा को शांति प्रदान करें गीता जी के दिवंगत पिताजी की आत्मा को ओम शांति ओम विश्वानि देव सवितर दुरितानि परासुव यद्भद्रं तन्यासुव ओम हरिण्यगर्भा संभृतताग्रे भूतस्य याता पतिरेके आसीत् सदाधार पृथ्वी ध्यामुते मां कस्मै देवाय हविषा विधेम ओम या आत्मदा बलदा यस्य विश्व उपासते प्रशिशं यस्य देवा यस्य छाया अमृतम् यस्य मृत्यु कस्मै देवाय हविषा विधेम ओम श्री परमात्मे नमः गीता शास्त्रमिदं पुण्यं या पठेत् प्रियतापुमान् विष्णु पदं वाप्नोति भय शोकादिवर्जिता गीता अध्ययनशीलस्य प्राणायाम परस्य च नैव सन्ति हि पापानि पूर्वजन्म कृतानि च ओ शान्तकारं भुजगशयनं पद्मनाभं सुरेशं विश्वधारं गगनसदृशं मेघवर्णं शुभांगं लक्ष्मीकान्तं कमलनयनं योगी भृद्यानगम्यं वन्दे विष्णु भवभयहरं सर्वलोक एकैनाथम् ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दनान् मृत्योर्मोक्षीय मामृतात् ॐ धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेतायुजुत्सवा मामका पाण्डवाश्चैव किं कुर्वत् संजय जय श्री कृष्ण by the invocation of these divine mantras we are seeking the blessing of the Almighty Bhagwan Sri Krishna for world peace and peace within us. Until we are peaceful, there is no world peace. आज हम बात करेंगे the first chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, which is called the Yoga of Despondency. We all, at this point in time, going through fourth phase of our life. तीन तो चले गए. Now this is the fourth. And quite often, we are getting news, so and so died, so and so died, so and so died. So these are sad news because you know those people very well. You spent a lot of time, resources, and but they are leaving one by one. So the yoga of despondency, that was the situation of Arjuna. When he saw the deplorable situation which will happen after the battle, on both sides, most of the people will be killed who are very near and dear, teachers, relatives, dada, dadi, best friends. So he was shattered and he was trembling, and then came into the existence of Srimad Bhagavad Gita from the lotus lips of Bhagwan Shri Krishna. Hame bhi, at this point in time, we must prepare ourselves how to deal with the yoga of despondency. जब हम निराश होते हैं तो कुछ अच्छा नहीं लगता. And that mode of mind is very dangerous. This is called suicidal state of mind. जितनी भी संसार में suicides होती हैं, their state of mind is exactly like that. They feel very alone, left alone, and no concern with anybody. There may be 100 people around them, but that mode of mind, the individual feels he is left alone and there's no purpose in life. Srimad Bhagavad Gita is the twilight and it gives you the guidance to prepare yourself. Eventually, we are all visited on this planet. We are holding visitor visas. Expiry, we don't know. So our existence is very temporary. But we are not prepared for the yoga of despondency. And it's a terrible thought. And then we cry when things happen. And things are ordained. हम कितनी भी planning कर लें, but divine planning is invisible and nobody knows. भगवान श्री राम का राज तिलक होना था, सब गुरुजनों ने उनका मुहूर्त निकाला, बड़ा अच्छा मुहूर्त था, बट द एंड रिजल्ट एवरीबॉडी नोज, मुहूर्त काम नहीं आया। जो उन्होंने गेस किया था, कैलकुलेट किया था, उसी मुहूर्त में सब कुछ हो गया। एक दृष्टांत है। सो कमिंग बैक टू आवर ओन पॉइंट, हाउ टू डील despondency in our life and how to prepare ourselves. There are two words. One is loneliness and one is peace. Yoga of despondence means the people who go in that direction, they feel loneliness. जिसको कहते हैं अकेलापन। एक है अकेलापन और दूसरा जो है उसको कहते हैं एकांत। अकेलेपन में you feel left alone. एकांत में you feel peaceful. So here comes the wisdom of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, how to deal with this emotional shock and how to prepare ourselves, because one day will come. When that day comes, our body leaves us. When that day comes, all our relatives, best friends, the most near and dear, they go with us only up to the cremation and they come back. Eventually, it is the net result of our karma which goes with us. So, ये जो दिवाली हम देखते हैं, मौज मेले, ये temporary है. We come alone, we go alone. So we must practice. This is called the yoga of despondence. We must practice to stay in that state of mind कि आपके मन में अकेलापन ना आए, एकांत आए। वो इसलिए आएगा कि here kicks in the wisdom of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. There are a lot of verses in Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Due to time constraint, I will not repeat all of them. But we are fully aware of that most popular, most dear verse, chapter 15, verse 15. Sarvasya chaham hridhi sannivishto mattaha samritir jnanam pohanam cha vedaicha sarvai रहमेव वेद्यो वेदांत कृदधे अविधेव चाम. I am seated in the heart of everybody. Now this is a divine warranty. If we practice when we are okay, when everything is going in the right direction, you are healthy, you are wealthy, all other things are in their places. We must practice this thought that Bhagwan Shri Krishna mere hriday mein baithe hain. Otherwise, don't just say that. It is a theory. When the reality strikes, we totally forget that we are never alone. Nowadays, there are a lot of emails coming from different resources and they say, oh, prepare yourself to live alone. Prepare yourself to live alone. Those statements are full of ignorance. If you are a serious student of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, you are never ever alone. But we don't hold this thought. We let it go. We repeat it, but we don't hold it. Our personality does not change. How to live alone? And in spirituality, there is no loneliness. श्री भगवान श्री कृष्ण आपके हृदय में बैठे हुए हैं. How can you be alone? लेकिन उसकी प्रैक्टिस नहीं है. उसकी प्रैक्टिस नहीं है. So the other day somebody asked me, it was a meditation session, कि कपूर साहब जब हम मेडिटेशन में बैठते हैं तो माइंड घूमता है, लगता नहीं है, कंसंट्रेशन नहीं आती. तो गीता तो भरी पड़ी है इस चीज के लिए. But you have to explain in their own language, simple language, so that they understand. I just shared with them the utmost humility with this thought, कि you have to think when you are practicing. You are in the state of meditation, you are starting your meditation. Go with this thought that Bhagwan Shri Krishna is watching you. And you have to now concentrate on that dialogue. Because we don't communicate with God, we communicate with people. We never talk to God. हम मांगते हैं चीजें, वो डायलॉग नहीं होता. मुझे ये दे दो, वो दे दो. मिलेगा तो भाई साहब वही जो आपके कर्मों में है. मैंने अभी एग्जाम्पल आपको रामचंद्र जी की दी कि बड़े बड़े ऋषि मुनियों ने वो मुहूर्त निकाला, लेकिन उसी मुहूर्त में सब कुछ चला गया. क्यों? कि ऐसा होना था. सो ईश्वर से अगर डायलॉग करना है तो उनकी कृपा मांग. उनको ये कहो कि मुझे मेरे अंदर भगवत गीता का ज्ञान बढ़ जाए. हे प्रभु इतनी मेरे ऊपर कृपा करो. हे प्रभु मेरे ऊपर इतनी कृपा करो कि मेरा मन आप में लगा रहे. हम उनसे बात नहीं करते. हम अपनी बनाई हुई दुनिया में घूमते रहते हैं मेडिटेशन में भी. और जब ऐसी कोई ट्रेजेडी आती है लाइफ में, सैड न्यूज, बैड न्यूज जो भी हैं, तो वी shattered इमोशनली, वी withdraw. But the reality is, if you understand, you had practiced this art through the yoga of meditation. क्योंकि practice itself is a yoga. अभ्यास योग है. श्रेयो हि ज्ञानम अभ्यासम. Better than knowledge is the practice. So practice makes the man perfect. आज जो कुछ हम बने हुए हैं, it is the practice. गलत हैं, ठीक हैं, सालों साल की प्रैक्टिस के बाद आप ये बने हुए हो. और इसको चेंज करना अपहिल टास्क है. एंड टू रिवाइंड इट इन द मोड ऑफ माइंड कि मैं कभी भी अकेला नहीं रहूंगा, ईश्वर तो मेरे साथ. ये जो बाकी विजिबल संबंध हैं वो ये चले जाएंगे, सब चले जाएंगे. ऑल विजिबल वर्ल्ड विल डिसअपीयर, मेल्ट अवे. बट ईश्वर जिनके साथ मेरा संबंध है वो मेरे अंदर है, तो मैं तो कभी अकेला होऊंगा ही नहीं. इस प्रकार की दिस टाइप ऑफ थॉट डे इन डे आउट, वी हैव टू practice it. Otherwise, when the tragedy strikes, we are broken. We cry, we weep, we do many things because we were not prepared. Bhagavad Gita, it's a cost-effective treatment, but you have to put the time and change your thinking that you are never alone. कभी आपको अकेलापन नहीं आएगा, आपको एकांत में रहना आ जाएगा. एकांत में ईश्वर है, एकांत में पीस है. लोनलीनेस मीन्स यू आर लिविंग इन द वर्ल्ड, मैन मेड वर्ल्ड, जो आपने बनाई हुई है. उसमें जब रहते हो उसमें दुख है, उसी में सुख है, उसी को भावसागर कहते हैं, उसी को संसार कहते हैं, जो बदलता है पल पल छिन छिन। अगर हम उसमें रहेंगे तो कोई मेडिटेशन नहीं होगी, उसमें अकेलापन भी आएगा, उसमें दुख भी आएंगे। लेकिन अगर आप एकांत में रहते हो तो वो ईश्वर की दुनिया है, ईश्वर से डायलॉग होगा आपका, और उसकी प्रैक्टिस करनी चाहिए। दैट इज द ट्रू विजडम ऑफ श्रीमद् भगवद गीता। So with these thoughts, I would like to add one more thing. Tomorrow is the Mahashivratri, and I just recited the Mrityunjay mantra, and in the guidance of that mantra, always think the Tandav Nritya of Bhagwan Shiva. वो कॉस्मिक डांस में सारी सृष्टि है, उस कॉस्मिक डांस में और लॉर्ड शिवा के कॉस्मिक डांस में सारी सृष्टि की रचना है। उसका वीन क्रिएट करके उनकी आराधना करनी चाहिए, और उस रात्रि को, एक रात्रि नहीं है, एवरी नाइट इज ए महाशिवरात्रि। लेकिन हम समझते नहीं है, हम वेट करते रहते हैं। सो विद दीज थॉट्स, let us pray to Almighty Bhagwan Shri Krishna, Lord Shiva, to give us the wisdom and strength to hold these thoughts. Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Shri Ram, and back to my dear friend Joshi.
Thank you very much, Kabu Sahib. Well started this chapter first on the eve of Mahashivratri. Let's all initialize ourselves and charge us with the power of divine energy. Also, you brought up the concepts of ekant and akelapan. Ekant mein you are never alone, akela mein you are alone. And that's the cause of major problem of today's seniors, they say. So let's have ekant and let's have satsang. Also, you brought up the concept of concentration, which very well discussed by Dr. Prasadji last Thursday. And I requested if we can again brief us on the process of concentration. Once the knowledge and practice and the system of concentration is known, many problems in the life will be resolved. With that, I request Dr. U. Prasadji to please take it from here. Dr. Prasadji. Jai Shri Krishna.
Thank you very much, Josiji. Let me start with the prayer to Bhagwan and Gurudev. Vansi vibhushitakara navanirdabha pitambara darunabimba phaladharosta Purnendu sundaramukhat Arvindanetra Krishnat param kimapi tattvamaham na jane Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah. Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Gurudev to everyone attending. We all know that last week we started talking about chapter 6, and we'd like to share some thoughts on some introductory, preliminary information about what this chapter is about. I talked to you about that this chapter starts with Bhagavan Uvacha. Bhagavan Sri Krishna continues with his explanation of the qualities or attributes what one a sadhaka should have before he starts this dhyana or meditation. The chapter 6, as you know, is the yoga of self-discipline or meditation. Atma Sanjam Yoga, Dhyana Yoga. Now we all know very well that the main goal of any sadhaka, any seeker on the spiritual path is Brahma Gyan, is to get God realization. That God realization is the goal, but there are many paths, many ways to reach that height. And Bhagavan has talked in Bhagavad Gita, 3 main yoga, principal yogas are Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, and Jnana Yoga. We talked about last week. But in this chapter, Bhagavan is talking about meditation. And that meditation is supposed to be the direct approach to God. As you know, in Karma Yoga, there are so many things one can do. In Bhakti Yoga also, so also Jnana Yoga. There are varieties of approaches there. And ultimately, one reaches the God, no doubt about it. But here, the approach is said to be direct. गत सप्ताह में कह रहा था कि एक शिष्य प्रवचन सुन रहा था अपने गुरु का। गुरु ने अपने प्रवचन ने बताया कि प्रभु से मिलना है, मिलने का एक रास्ता है जो बहुत सीधा है, ठीक प्रभु से मिला देगा। शिष्य को बहुत उत्सुकता हुई कि अगर रास्ता सीधा एक है और डायरेक्ट अप्रोच है तो मुझे वही बता दीजिए। पूछता है गुरु को शिष्य कि क्या सचमुच ये रास्ता डायरेक्ट अप्रोच है? हाँ, कोई संदेह नहीं, तो बताइए। तो गुरु ने कहा एक क्वालिफिकेशन होना चाहिए, एक एट्रीब्यूट है, तुम अपने मन को शुद्ध करके ले आओ, मैं तुम्हें भगवान से मिला दूंगा। So the condition for meditation or to be one with Brahma, the approach, is to have purity of mind. And that purity of mind leads in process to the state where one can really meditate. Otherwise, as Narendra Kapoorji was talking about, somebody approached him to tell him, जब ध्यान करते हैं तो मन भटकता रहता है। भटकता इसीलिए है कि मन में मल है, निर्मल नहीं है। So, the approach to God may be direct, but it is very tough. So you will see not many people have been able to follow this path and be one with Bhagwan. You need to have purity of mind. Now, the purity of mind, the Karma Yoga is the one which has been prescribed to get your mind purified of all the mala, all the dirt. When man is nirmal, then only you can have sant man. There is difference between purified mind and calm mind. Swami Vivekananda ji has explained this beautifully, giving an example of lake and water. I have shown this picture before also, but it has had to be kept in mind. You may have dirt removed, it may be clear, but if the surface is uneven, wavy, If waves are there, then you cannot see at the bottom of the lake what it is. So there are two things. One is the clear water, and the other is this movement on the surface, that is nirmal, शांतमन. Now this शांत मन क्यों लाना जरूरी है? क्योंकि मन का स्वभाव ही है अशांत रहना. मन का अपना नेचर has own property of चंचलता. चंचलम भी मनः कृष्ण प्रमादि बलवस् प्रमाथि बलभद्रम तस्याहम निग्रहम मन्ये वायुरिम सुदुष्करम. अर्जुन भगवान से कहता है, इसी चैप्टर 6 में 34th वर्स है, आगे बात करेंगे हम लोग. बट अर्जुन हैज अ पॉइंट, एंड दिस पॉइंट इज वेरी वैलिड. द मन अशांत है, मन का शांत है, doesn't allow you to remain at one place. The man is all the time wavering, and forcefully it leads your mind away from concentration. It doesn't allow you to concentrate. So that is the property that has, again, once there is a निर्मल मन, तब शांत मन होता है. और शांत जब होता है, then समभाव आता है. Because when if you have a glass and there is a dirt on the glass, you can wipe that dirt, that is nirmal. But if the glass, the surface has become uneven or has been uneven, then you will not see things very clear. So in order to see things clear, you have to have the glass also completely in its own shape. So samabhav तभी होता है जब मन निर्मल होता है, मन शांत होता है, तब उसमें समभाव आता है. When we talk of समभाव, that means you do not make a discrimination between things outside. समम सर्वेषु भूतेषु तिष्ठन्तं परमेश्वरम विनश्यत्स विनश्यन्तं यह पश्यति सपश्यति. That if your mind is a chanchal, then you will not have the ability to behold everything outside in the world in one way. You feel that they're different. One is away from the others. So समभाव तभी आएगा, और सब में परमात्मा भाव आएगा, क्योंकि you will start seeing everybody, you माम पश्यति सर्वत्र समम च. तो समभाव तभी आता है जब मन शांत होता है. और when mind is शांत or sama, then there is ekagrata, then you can concentrate. And only when you concentrate, then you get this God awareness. That's called samadhi. This again is not the topmost level. Samadhi can be स्थित प्रज्ञस्य का भाषा समाधिस्तस्य केशव इसदे किम प्रभासेत प्रसेत किम. So that samadhi person can remain in that stage, but then another stage comes when that becomes one with Paramatma. So there is with Paramatma and in Paramatma. Jyatum drashtum cha tattvena praveshtum cha param tappa has been explained in chapter 11, that there are stages. After samadhi, then you get one with Brahma. That is called turja. That is the stage of transcendental state, union with God. And that is called turja. I don't know whether I have explained this thing before, but those who are interested in knowing detail about turja, you can go to the Mandukya Upanishad and verse 7. I think I have put it here. In Mandukya Upanishad, if you go to seventh verse, you can type it and you can get all the detail about what is called Turja. Na antah pragyam, na bahir pragyam, na avayat pragyam. I'm not going to go through all these. You will. It is very, very high level understanding of what is Brahma and how to realize how to be what is Turja. They also can be explained in through Om. Just in nutshell, this Turja is the fourth stage. The other stage is Jagrata Avastha, Swapna Avastha, Supti Avastha, and Turja Avastha. These three are worldly affair. You can be Jagrata, you can be sleeping, or you can be in a deep sleep state. But these are the stage in the worldly affair. But when you get released from this, then one attains Turja, that is one with Brahma, that is absolute Brahmic stage. Again, I am not going in detail. What I am trying to put it here, that once you have purity of mind, then gradually you move on to calm mind, you move on to the Samabhava, then you get Ekagrata, and then that leads to Samadhi, and then ultimate stage is Turja, that is, you become union with God, with God. Now, what is happening normally? In normal stage, we look at the Jagrata Avastha mein, hum sansar ko dekhte, mundane world, that comes before us, and that is the world for us. But that is not the world for the one who is spiritually awakened. जागृत अवस्था में हम संसार को देखते हैं और उस संसार को जो ज्ञानी व्यक्ति है, जिसने ब्रह्म को समझ लिया है, उसके लिए वो जगत नहीं है, वो ब्रह्म के साथ मिल जाता. So there is different, all the time we have to separate the world, which is the mundane, with beyond the world, and that is what you are. That is a Brahma. So there is, in chapter 2, verse 69, Bhagwan has said, Ya nisa sarva bhutanam tasyam jagrati sanjami yasyam jagrati bhutani sa nisa pasyato mune. That means once you are aware of the Brahma, then you are spiritually enlightened. Those who are spiritually enlightened, they don't see anything else. They don't see the world. To them, the world is negated. Everything is Brahma and nothing else. That is experienced in deep meditation. That's why the importance of meditation comes in. Why people try to meditate? The idea is to have gradually, away from the worldly experience, you try to experience oneself, you try to experience Brahma within. You may start with concentration outside. You may in practice try to concentrate or try to ekagra bhav with भगवान के बांसुरी पर ध्यान दें, या भगवान के चरण पर ध्यान दें, या उनके मोर पंख पर ध्यान दें. You find you have a target which you can concentrate on, and you may then try to get rid of other things. भगवान के ऊपर ध्यान करके, then you are started to get rid of all the inputs coming from outside world. Once you get that, then you get भगवान, और जो भी भगवान की का रूप आपने धारण किया है, put that within your mind, inside, inward, and that is the state. In deep meditation, this happens. The awareness of Brahma comes in state where you are having the deep meditation. Now, when you practice meditation, what are the effects of meditation? Gradually, you will find that you will have lasting happiness. The happiness you have for something, आप ने देखा होगा, अयोध्या में जो दर्शन करने गए जो भगवान के, हर एक आदमी रो रहा है। वो क्यों रो रहा है? सबके आंख से आंसू आ रहे हैं। दे आर सो मच इन्वॉल्व, है उनको भगवान का साक्षात दर्शन ऐसा लग रहा है, उनको हो रहा है। सो दैट गिव देम द हैप्पीनेस। वो आंसू दुख के आंसू नहीं है, वो सुख के आंसू है। दैट आंसू का जो उनका the effect of that whatever is happening there, the environment is so much charged that they get the pleasant happiness, peace, and that brings the tears, and that is lasting. Nobody thinks of world at that time. Everybody is so much involved. So these are the places, if you go to temple, you forget about the whole world. And so that is temporary, because you will come out of the temple, and once you are out of the temple, then you are involved in the world. But what happens? Those who meditate, they will start getting inner peace. They start getting lasting happiness. The energy is conserved. There is no loss of energy there, conservation of energy there. Agitation of mind, of course, is prevented. काम, क्रोध, लोभ, क्षोभ सब भाग जाता है. Even you get immunity within. I was amused to read that this yoga of meditation imparts immunity also. There is harmony of oneness with the world outside. Leads to, now this one goes through state, a path of perfecting to the state of perfection. And then that is God realization. I will explain this. You see, we have the what is called, when we are once in the path of meditation, the goal is God realization. So from state of practice, Aru Rukshor or Mumukshu, these are the people, they are aspiring for perfection of yoga. They are yearning for liberation. Now, these are aspirants. They want to reach the goal of realization. And they want to reach what? The state of perfection. This is called Siddhavastha. And this is called Sadhana Avastha. Goes through practice of perfecting that meditation. Practice of meditation, it goes through process. And along this process, as you go up, you will start to have mind more still. You will have wavering less and less. You will have calmness of mind. Then you will have to reflection of Brahma comes in. Gradually you feel the reflection. So as you progress in the path of perfecting or sadhana avastha, then you get into the state of perfection. So there are two words. There is a path of perfecting and there is a state of perfection. Through the path of perfecting, an aspirant, a seeker, goes through the process and gradually gets into the state of Siddha Avastha, state of perfection, and that is also called Yoga Rudha. You will find this word coming in the third or fourth verse, Yoga Rudha or Arurukshor. We will explain that there also. But idea is that one has to keep on practicing this path of meditation and to be able to have calm, cool mind, concentration, to be able to see, visualize Brahma within. Now, as we go along, you will find that in the chapter, there are three main segments in this chapter. The first to 10 verses, Bhagavan talks about the attributes of those who have reached Yoga Rudha or state of perfection. Those who have reached the state of perfection, what are the attributes they had? So Bhagavan gives example of those kind of people who have what they had attributes. How one can reach that destination or that state of perfection. And then we have 11 to 36. The main portion is the main topic of meditation, and Bhagavan goes in great detail. This chapter is very much concentrated, very high level, and Bhagavan has given in stages to understand what is meditation and how to practice that. And the last 11 verses, Bhagavan talks about what happens to those who could not, though on the path of perfecting, they are on the path of perfecting, but they could not reach the state of perfection. They could not siddh, they could not become yogarud. भगवान से उनका दर्शन नहीं हुआ, भगवान तक नहीं पहुंच सके. उसकी क्या गति होती है, भगवान ने इस 11 मंत्रों में बताया कि what happens to the person who has followed the path of perfecting, yet they did not reach the perfection. And that will be explained in these verses. I think I will take the verse 1 next week. Thank you very much. Jai Sri Krishna, everybody.
Jai Shri Krishna, Dr. Prasadji, very well done, so well said. We'll be eagerly waiting for next week to know more about it. We are all intellectual, analytical minded, and this will be very interesting to get into it and enjoy. And at least be on the path to attain to that goal that we want. So with that, I wish all of you again happy Mahashivratri and try to chant Om Rom Zoom Sa Triyambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanat
Mrityurmukshiyamamritat. Om Yung Sah.
Okay, Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Shri Ram, Namah Shivaya.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri.
Okay.
Jai Shri Krishna. Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Shri Krishna. Jai
Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna, everybody.
Jai Shri Krishna, Namah Shivaya, Keshav Ji, Jai Shri Ram.
जोशी जी क्या हाल है?
बस आप लेट हो गए थोड़ा, बिल्कुल ठीक है सब, एवरीथिंग इज वेरी वेरी गुड.
मेरा फोन घूम के मतलब पानी में चला गया था, 2 महीने बाद आज ठीक हुआ है.
Okay. अगला वीक ये शेविंग का है. प्लीज वॉच आउट योर टाइमिंग. We will be having different times next Thursday because this Sunday will be daylight saving time for many states.
Spring forward, right?
Okay, Jai Shri Krishna bhai.
Jai Shri Krishna.